This is your lecture on the 10 activities that you will be teaching this semester, the outline with the 10 Roman numeral numbers. On this, you see the actual 10 activities you will be teaching. Roman numeral 1 deals basically with chapter 11, as you see here, and that's why chapter 11 is on your first test. Roman numeral 2 deals with you going to the PE Central website and choosing your activity. This is the only activity you will be choosing to do. Roman numeral 3 relates to chapter 13 on physical fitness, but all of these activities are on my courses already typed up for you, so you won't be typing them up. That's where you'll go to find them. Roman numeral 4, chapter 17, manipulative skills. Roman numeral 5 is also chapter 17 because you notice it's still a manipulative skill, but we have rope jumping or body management skills, which is parallel beams. And this is what you're going to learn real quick. The root word for manipulative is manipulate. So you have to have something to manipulate. You have to have an object. And that's why we refer to it as a manipulative skill. You have to have an object to manipulate. It might be a jump rope like it says here, or parallel beams. It might be balloons, beach balls, basketballs. Any object is considered a manipulative skill. If you have to manipulate that object. Roman numeral 6 is rhythmic activities, so we will be doing different types of dances, line dances, and so forth. Roman numeral 7, parachute activities, chapter 21. And these are considered cooperative skills because you have to work together as a class in order to be able to do it. We have big parachutes that are 24 inches or 24 feet rather, or 36 feet in diameter. We mainly work with the 36 foot in diameter. But we also have some mini, M-I-N-I parachutes that are about, I think, 6 feet in diameter that are a lot of fun for your older elementary students. Then we have Roman numeral 8 is your games. All of chapter 22 is on different games. Roman numeral 9 is all soccer. Chapter 27 is on soccer. And then Roman numeral 10, you will be teaching either a basketball activity or a softball activity or a volleyball activity. You're only going to be teaching one depending on the number chosen. For Roman numeral 1, we need to be looking in our book. To start with, we have on page 212, and that is math. So if you notice the title, Integrating Academic Concepts. So basically we're taking the PE concepts that we need to teach according to the state standards, and we're trying to see how to implement math, language arts, science, social studies, and multicultural activities. So you need your book. So let's turn to page 212. And on 212, we have our first activity. So whoever picks number 1 will be teaching mystery number, which is on 212. And by the way, you're going to type it up just as you see it here. They talk about the math concepts, PE lesson parts, supplies. So all of these subheadings need to be included whenever you're typing up your activities, once you know what all 10 activities you're going to be teaching. So, going on through, you see shapes on page 213, and that's number 2 on the outline. Notice we skip symmetry and asymmetry and go to body numbering, and that's number 3. Why? There's just so many activities in the book. It is humanly impossible for us to teach all the activities, and I had to pick and choose, and I just chose to skip symmetry and asymmetry. If you want to use any of these activities within your book for your lesson that you're going to teach later in the semester, that's fine. It's just humanly impossible for us to teach all of them. Number 4 is human pencils, shapes, and numbers, page 213. Then we have Number Wizard. Notice again, I skipped some of these activities. On page 214 is Number Wizard. On page 214 is also Odds. And then on page 215 we have Odds and Evens. Then on page 215 we also have Beanbag Math. Then we start the Language Arts subject area on page 215. And we're going to go into greater detail about all of these, by the way, whenever I teach this particular chapter. But for now, I wanted you to see how these outlines work and the activities work within each Roman numeral. So under Language Arts, I skipped Integration Tips, turn the page, and we keep going because it says here on our outline on page 218. So if we look on page 218, number 9 is Body Spelling. And then we'll continue on. Alphabet Freeze is number 10. Letter Tag is number 11. Spelling Toss is number 12. And by the way, when you see this right here, I don't have these polyspots marked with various letters. I do have numerous polyspots, which are rubberized pieces to put on the floor that don't slide. You don't need frisbees for this. I found it works better without the frisbees. But so some of these, you would have to make the item or the actual supplies. Most of them you don't. After Spelling Toss is number 13, Human Pencil Spelling. Then we have Nouns and Verbs, number 14. In a Line, I like that one. It's a fun cooperative game to get the students to learn each other's names in a line. Then number 16 is Language Lion Says. So we have finished discussing Language Arts section or subject. Now we're going on to Science. And then you see here, they give a little bit of explanations on integrating tips on how to teach, using the freeze signal and such. I like that. Instead of saying stop, you use the word freeze. Then we go into the activities. Muscle and Bone Tag is number 17. Ponies in the Stable, 18. I skip Palm Push and Levers. If you're a big science major, you might want to do those. We go on to page 222, It Matters, from a science perspective. Number 20 is Bounce and Rebounds. And then number 21 is Animal Movements. Then we go on to Social Studies. In Social Studies, I only picked Going on a Trip. And that's at the bottom of page 223. You definitely have to use your imagination for that. You could be going on a trip anywhere. Then on page 224, I take it back, 225, you have Courtesy Tag. Then they added a section in this book called Multicultural Activities. And if you turn to page 226, you'll see Mexico Kickball. I really like that game. It's pretty neat. Then you have number 25, Same or Different. Now, how I do it is this. If we do not have a total of 25 students in the class, let's say we only have 23, then there'll be two numbers. It might be 10 and 20. It might be 5 and 15. Those are the numbers we will not have all semester long. For Roman numeral 2, we're going to go to this website, pecentral.com, and I'm going to show you in class how to go and find the integrated activities for each of these subject areas. So make sure you're in class so you can see how to do this. For Roman numeral 3, on my courses, under the Activities tab, you will find it labeled Fitness, Animal Movements, or Exercise. It's labeled just like that to avoid confusion. So whoever picks numbers 1 through 6, these are your activities. It's already typed up. Nobody will be typing these up. It's a line explanation. It's very, very simple. This is a continuation for Activity 3, numbers 7 through 25. Again, these are on my courses under the Activities tab or section, and it's all spelled out for you. In fact, there is even more items there than just the animal movements or exercise. I also have what's called isometric exercises. Now, those are not, yes, they are typed up. I take that back. But you need to print those out in order to be able to put them in your box.